Everybody, I hope you'll excuse the just the way that I'm filming, because I'm getting my floors refinished, and as you can see, I have my bedroom set up over here in the laundry room with my furniture. So this is very rudimentary. This is not usually how I live. You guys know that. But I want to show you my setup here for the Andes. I've got 500 watts. I've got it on all these splitters and connectors going in, and you will have to purchase an MC4 to XT60 connector because this unit doesn't come with one. It comes with the XT60 connector to your car, but not to an MC4. So just keep that in mind. You can get them for 10 bucks on Amazon. I'll try and remember to leave the link down in the description box below. But here it is right here. It is really cool because this top changes colors. It goes from purple, green, blue. It's really cool looking. And right now I've got a fan going. I also have a lamp plugged in case I need it. And I've got this red cord going from the unit all the way over to the refrigerator, which, as you can see, is working just fine. And I've had no issues. It hasn't done some weird, crazy shut off like a lot of units do, because refrigerators have a surge on them. And then once they do the surge and they use a little bit of power, they go down to 0 watts. And a lot of these units, when they go down to 0 watts, they just shut off because they assume that nobody's using it. This unit doesn't do that, and I love that. So we've got 49 watts coming in and 106 watts going out, with 13 hours remaining, but hopefully those 500 watts of panels are going to bring in some more. I do have more wattage, but I don't have anything to put them on. I put them on this little jerry-rigged 2x4 panel holder, and I ran out of 2x4s. So next time I get some, I'm able to find some more 2x4s, I'll do that. And it's getting really low wattage right now because we are dealing with the park fires, and the sky is not really the best right now with the sun. It's just very hazy. You can smell the smoke and the fire, but don't worry, we're safe. But I just wanted to show you the quick setup I've got for the Andes 1500. We are living in scary times right now, but instead of being scared, we really need to be prepared. With the threat of blackouts, brownouts, and planned power outages, it is time to make a choice. Do you want to survive through these times just getting by, or do you want to be thriving? The Ampace Andes 1500 is an excellent choice to supply all of your emergency power needs. With this particular unit, you can experience rapid charging, extended life cycles, and transformative benefits of power, safety, and portability, unlocking your potential while on the move. The Andes 1500 has a 2400 watt output rate. With the A-Turbo technology, it will exceed your needs with an output of 3600 watts to power all devices and appliances with resistive loads. By activating the A-Boost function from the app, the unit will be able to provide a continuous output of 3600 watts for resistive loads and a 3600 watt surge for resistive loads. We simply do not know what the future is going to hold. With wars and talks of wars, as well as the loss of the petrodollar, we have no idea what could possibly happen or go wrong. The power can go down at any time, and many people have thousands of dollars worth of food in their refrigerators, and they also require modems to work in order to have communication, news, and television. These are things that we often take for granted. If our cities will not protect our electric infrastructure, we have to take these responsibilities into our own hands. Nobody likes to focus on what could happen if all of our luxuries in life are suddenly taken away like that. So we push it to the back burner and we think that we can handle it. Those that go without power for weeks on end during storms will tell you how stressful it is, how scary it is, and how much we really rely on electricity. It's time to make yourself less vulnerable, and it's time to have a backup system in case the grid goes down. It's time to purchase a power supply. Which power supply you choose depends on how much power you think that you're going to need. What someone needs in Florida is going to be different than what someone is going to need in Minnesota. I always recommend a unit that is 1500 watts or more, has a large battery capacity, and can carry an input of at least 500 watts for long-term grid down scenarios. The Ampace Andes 1500 checks all of those boxes. The Ampace Andes has an easy-to-read display which includes the light button, the LCD screen, main power button, USB-A 18 watts, USB-C 100 watts, DC output ports, DC power button, and additionally USB-C 100 watt port and a car socket. These are all on the front of the unit. On the back of the unit, you will see the AC power button, AC input ports, overcharge protection, and the solar car input. On the other side, you will see an extra battery port. On the LCD screen itself, you will see many important options, which are going to include high and low temperature warnings. It's going to contain the remaining battery percentage and the battery level indicator, fan indicator, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi status, input and output power, overload warning, sleep mode, DC charging, AC output, 12 volt DC output, USB-C output, USB-A output, EPS, extra battery indicator, recharging time and remaining time, and a battery failure warning. The Ampace Andes 1500 weighs 36.4 pounds and it is 17.2 by 7.7 by 13.2 inches. It has a capacity of 1,462 watt hours at 44.8 volts. It is app supported and has ULCE, FCC, PSC, and ROHS certification. This unit includes an LED light, an ambient light. It has a charging and discharge temperature of 4 to 113 degrees. This unit can withstand a 3,600 watt surge for resistive loads. It has several USB portions, which are 5 volts 3 amps, 9 volt 3 amps, 15 volt 3 amps, and 20 volts 5 amps at 100 watts maximum. The USB-A ports are 5 volt 3 amps, 9 volts 2 amps, 12 volts 1.5 amps at 18 watts maximum per port. The car socket is 12.6 volts 9.5 amps at 100 watts maximum. The DC 5521 outputs are 12.6 volts 9.5 amps at 120 watts maximum. The unit can accept up to 600 watts of solar power. The car charging input is 12 volts DC, 24 volts 8 amps at 96 watts maximum. The AC charger, which is the charger that goes into your outlet wall, is 120 volts, 60 hertz. There is a boost fast charging at 1800 watts, goes up to 3600 watts as I stated before. The cell chemistry is a LiFePO system and it has a life cycle of 6,000 cycles. All right, everybody, now for my personal opinions on the unit. I actually have the unit here in my office, powering the entire office, which includes a computer, my filming equipment, and my light, a fan, and a lamp. So it's powering my office, and this is going to be my main unit inside of my office to use from now on. I think it's great, and I really, really dig the lights on the top of the unit that change colors. Now, as I stated before, I always recommend a minimum of a 1500 watt unit with a 500 watt input capability. As I stated in the beginning of this video, if you use the app, this one has a 36 watt capacity for resistive loads, so that's really important. So it's going to power pretty much everything you need. Your refrigerator, your modem, your TV, those are my main priorities. And then after that, it'll also power a DVD player, computer, lamps, you name it. So your lighting is taken care of in a power outage. You can go ahead and keep your food from spoiling in the refrigerator, which is definitely the most important to me because we always need that long-term food storage option, especially for a long-term grid power outage. And as I stated before, we don't really know what is going on politically in the world right now. It's crazy, it's all over the place, there's wars and rumors of wars, we don't know what's gonna happen. So it's just something to keep in mind in case there is some sort of cyber attack and the power goes out. It's definitely something that you wanna keep on hand. The Andes is definitely in my top tier of products that I've reviewed. As you guys know, if I have a problem with the product, like a really big problem, I contact the manufacturer and we can't really agree on the quality of the product, I will not even make a video. So so anytime I make a video, you know that I'm promoting a good product. So that's what it is. All right, folks, I hope that this video has been useful to you, and I will go ahead and leave links down in the description box below for the Ampace Andes 1500. It's a really good brand. I think that they are on the up and up, and they're going to be pretty competitive with some of the bigger names out there pretty soon. So go ahead and get yours today. All right, folks, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.